sorry, that's probably annoying. My kettle has been on the way out for years. You think I buy a new kettle? So, I need a fresh cup of tea. We are going to go outside into the garden. I love the sound of robins singing. We are going to, I'll let that brew. We are going to go into the garden, and just like I said in last Sunday's garden video, I want to tackle the seating area that's very messy and like needs a tidy. So I want to make me little seating area. I got me 2 chairs. Actually, how do I pronounce them? Loads of people had commented with the correct pronunciation for the Adirondack chairs? Adirondack. But then some people from Canada were saying they're called Muskoka, is it? No, Muskoka chairs. Muskoka sounds much cuter. Muskoka. And then some people were saying they're called Cape Cod chairs. Muskoka. I do speak English as my native language. So I got them 2 chairs last week, and yesterday I ordered a parasol from IKEA. It's one of the ones that it doesn't have a stick in the middle, it has a stick at the side and you can like tilt it. So I have no area of like sitting shade in the garden. If you want to sit in the shade, you have to go sit in the shade. I don't have a parasol, and a gazebo is too big for my smaller garden, and I want something that I can take up and take down quite quickly. So I got myself a parasol, and this week my friend Rachel, she's the best at telling me what's in the special buys in Lidl or Aldi, and she will text me and she would like, I'll say to her, I could say to her 3 years ago, I'm keeping the eye out now for a fire pit, and she'll text you 6 months later, they have a fire pit. Like, she just remembers, like, that's why we're friends. So she actually texted me and she said this Thursday there is fire pits in Lidl. This video is going up on Sunday, so they'll be in stock. It'll be the Thursday just before. And there was, I think there was one for $29.99, one for $40, and then they did like a barbecue thing for $99. She also said there's some in Home Store and More as well, 50 quid. And I just want to get a little small fire pit for when I'm sitting out like reading on the colder evenings. And I also just like the energy of a little fire pit. So nothing too big, just something small. And there are 2 things I need to get, but today I want to do the bones of it. So I want to clear out some of the stuff, tidy up. I have a bucket of randomness, a flower bucket full of random stuff. And yeah, I want to move my strawberries over and just make it more movable, because right now it's just clutter, it's a dumping ground. So strain my tea bag, add my milk, and we're good to go. So there's actually a bit of sunshine today. The weather hasn't been like good. I think it's due to get cloudy this evening, but it is a sunny day today. I cut the grass last night and Miss Blondie is in her spot. Lots of growth on the dahlias, and thankfully the dahlias, the hedgehog house excuse me, the hedgehog hole is doing its job, Miss Blondie, because my dahlias are not getting chomped. And actually around about May time, the growth that was on my dahlias was full of slug chomps, but these are looking healthy, Miss Blondie, and she knows not to sit on them. She sits around them but not on them. There's a dahlia there. And also these onions, these are some spring onions, some scallions, but they well need to be harvested because they're getting huge, but they're very tasty. So, how are we looking? This is going to be my seating area. Also, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. Potatoes have flowers on them. Love it. Now, this is going to be the area, but as you can see, it's just cluttered. I have lots of pots. I keep these for planting on seedlings, but they just need to go into the greenhouse. Some of the larger ones I could probably recycle. I'll either bring them to the recycle centre if I can't store them in the greenhouse, and then like table chairs, all this coming out. This, sorry, I nearly tripped. Random pot of weeds. The bamboo can stay. Strawberries, I would like to keep these around this area, but I might move them maybe over here. This I'm going to take out and put in the front. I upcycled this for my niece for when she comes around to play, but actually she plays in the front because that's where all the kids are on the road, so I'm going to put this in the front. And then I have, there's a couple of herbs in this. I just have mint and sage. Yeah, which is in flower and the bees are liking. Bike wheels that I want to use in the garden. They're from a previous project. Yeah, so it just all needs to be tidied up. But this is how I am looking at the moment. So I want it to just be 2 chairs, fire pit and some plants. Nice and cozy. Okay, I just had my lunch, so it's probably on my face, but we have a cup of tea. So I have been sitting on the job. I've been sitting as I've been moving things around just to see like what my view is. So I moved the herb planter on its side. It was facing that way just because I was like, it's blocking the view. And I have my strawberries behind me here, but I can move in around. So like if 2 people are chilling, yeah, this is the life, isn't it? Oh, I don't know if I have room for a fire pit. I want to ideally keep the fire pit on the stones, which is right there, but obviously when you have a fire pit, you get like sparks and stuff blown back. So I could move the chairs back a bit more, and then that would give me space for a fire pit. But it's definitely made the decision for me that I just need like a small little fire pit. I don't need like a big, huge, fancy thingy. Do you ever see sometimes in Lidl they have like the big square ones and you can store wood underneath? I literally just need something small that will give me like a bit of heat. It's so nice day. Oh, also, I kept space behind here free of pots because that's where my parasol base is gonna go. And then my parasol will open up like this. But we won't get to do that in this video because it's not coming until Sunday. I now have 2 unruly pots full of weeds. One has a plant in it, which I'm gonna try and keep. The rest is like dead daffodils, weeds and grass in them. So I'm going to tidy them up and then just tidy up like the last of the pots, but not before I finish my cup of tea. Also, just for reference, so when you're sitting in this chair, this is your view. I just have to tidy away those bits on the ground and those wheels. But like, yeah, I can see I'm like in the garden. That chair has a nice kind of, you can pick up the scent from the sage that's in the planter behind it. I know it looks really sunny and lovely now, but in the evening I get the shade at like, I think it's like 6 o'clock I get sun until, and then it goes shady because of the trees, which I don't mind. So then it goes like nippier. So if I have, I'm thinking around about here where that pot is, my like fire pit, I don't want to put it out further. Obviously it'll depend, I won't know until I'm kind of like lighting it because it'll damage the grass, but I could always take one of the flagstones that's over there and just sit it there to put the fire pit on it. But yeah, this is my current view when I sit down in the seated area. And just quickly on the chairs, I asked last week about the colour. And a lot of people were saying, oh, my camera is heavy, I'm sorry. A lot of people were saying white was quite a common colour for these type of chairs, or like to have fun with colour. So the parasol that I'm getting is cream. I'm drawn to white. I know white is so boring, but I'm just thinking the colour of the pillar. I don't want the chairs to be, like my plants are prettier than the chairs. Does that make sense? So I think I might, but I haven't bought any paint yet because I'm still on the fence. I still like the idea of the sage green because sage green is lovely next to pink, but I don't know yet. I don't know. I'm thinking white with a cute floral cushion. That's what I'm thinking at the moment.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Oh, you and I, we got it. We don't need no can weather any storm. Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon. Side by side and through. No limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life.
Okay, so here's my progress. So this is how it's looking now. So I still have lots of greenery. So strawberries. I kept the strawberry stand here. I didn't want to put it outside or out the front garden because I want to keep an eye, and they give me joy checking to see how the strawberries are growing. These are just heights I've got bamboo, fennel, and a few bits that will grow tall. A little bit of lavender for scent, and yes, so the 2 chairs, and as you can see, like I could move these back a bit. Parasol is gonna go here. So fire pit, I'm a bit squeezed on space, but what I could do is put it here, but I'll damage the grass. I need to figure it out. We shall see. So I just moved a few bits around, but it is looking tidier than what it was when we first started. Lots of stuff starting to grow. This is verbena, but I don't know, it's a different variety to this one that grows really tall. Seedlings, our tree is settling in well. Lupin, This lupin is the first one that has started to open. Also, I love how, see the foliage? That is a drop of water. And how magic is that? Our geraniums are doing really well. Let me zoom you out. Haven't done anything with pond this week. Still need to sort it out. Also, brunnera, I think that's what it's called. This has been my favourite plant of like this season because this has flowered, I swear, since March. It's now June and it's still going. I love this plant. Hosta is not getting too chomped. Looking alright, little bit of chomp there, but not too bad, not too bad. Then at the greenhouse, hydrangea, this white one, I think it's, oh no, it's not Runaway Bride. I don't think it is. I think that's out front, but this white one is starting to open. Camasias are just finishing up. And then some dahlias, but I spoke too soon. Remember I was saying my other dahlias were not getting chomped? They're eating these first, so I might move these. I think this could be a slug spot, hot spot around here. Maybe with the pots, they could be hiding under them. That is a purple hydrangea, and that is getting ready to flower as well. And I think I have some ranunculus about to take off over there. Some seedlings. Yeah, so you can definitely see summer plants are starting to grow and take off. As you can see, I have a whopper. Whopper. Look at all these sunflowers. I did not plant one of these. Mother Nature. I left a seed head in the soil. This is what happened. I have an abundance of sunflowers. Yep, I've got some alliums here. They're taken off. And then I need to just tidy up this flower bed. I might give it another couple of days and then just cut the tulips back. And then, oh, I have a little friend. And yeah, I have snapdragons to go in here, so this will be a bed of snapdragons for autumn. And yeah, good old onions, I need to go and thin them out. Look, I have muck on my face. Stuck like muck. Oh, every time. Gardening makes me sleepy. It's not even else like that. Not sleepy, but just, it must be the relaxing. I don't know. I always need a nap after gardening. Okay, that's it for this video because that's all I can kind of do for now. I think my next job is paint my chairs, see what I've got to do about a fire pit or a source of heat. Maybe I just need a blanket. I would like the energy of fire though. I think there's nothing like the noise of fire. I even love fire in winter. So yeah, I need to go and browse in the shops. I did look at secondhand ones, and actually when I was looking for secondhand fire pits, I saw people taking the drums out of washing machines and using the drum of a washing machine as a fire pit. Now the drum of a machine would be too kind of big for what I want in my garden, but there's an idea for somebody. I'm sure you could look it up. I'm sure there's YouTube videos. Don't electrocute yourself though. That's it for this week. This week's question is, how are you getting on with the slugs? I was chatting with Karen, you know, my pal Karen, who she makes garden videos on a Sunday as well, and she's like, I am getting chomped to bits with the slugs, and I feel a bit bad because like I'm okay, and it's because the hedgehogs, if you saw last week's video, you can check out where I made a little hole in my gate, but the hedgehogs come in and out anyway because on the left hand side it's a wooden fence and they get in under the fence. But just for some of the bigger lads, I wanted to make it easier for them to get in that way if they wanted to do that. But touch wood, I'm alright with the slugs. I feel a bit guilty saying it. It's all the hedgehog. It's nothing to do with me. I don't have to put like gravel or grit around or eggshells and none of that. It's all the hedgehog. So thank you God, long may they come and visit me. That's it for this week. I'm off to take the muck off my face. I will see you in next Sunday's garden video.